Hello everyone, my name is Lena and I hope you guys doing good. Today I'll be talking about multimodality, a concept by Colin Miller. If we looked back at the early days of the internet, most websites were nothing more than text. There were no pictures, no colors, no design, no visual, nothing like this. But now, today, digital communication or websites has been using visuals, designs, and layout to make the meaning clear and engaging, like this. This is what exactly Colin Miller described as multimodality, the use of multiple modes to communicate. Today, I will explain what is multimodality, explaining the different modes and understand them, and highlights why it's such a powerful. First, what is multimodality? Multimodality means combining different modes such as text, visuals, audios, and layout to create a message. Instead of relying on writing language, multimodality using multiple modes to make communication clearer and stronger. For example, a poster not just text, it has images, colors, fonts, spacing. All of this communicates something. Colin Miller argued that communication today is no longer only about writing. We live in a world that we are watching, listening, interacting. Because of that, understanding the multimodality has become initial. Second, understanding the different modes. When we talk about understanding the different modes, we really talk about how we communicate is built using multiple elements like words, visual, sounds, and movement, and layout. Each of these modes has its own strength to help us explain the idea clearly. Visuals help people understand faster. Audios create a mood, and layouts guiding the viewer attention. But now using effectively is not just about adding multiple elements. It's being knowing when you're gonna use them and what's the effect of your audience. For example, adding a picture is not helpful unless it has supporting message. Using a bold text or color only works when it highlights something important. But if you use too many models all at once, the message becomes messier and confusing. But if you only rely on a plain text, it can feel boring and feel engaging your audience, and they can hop off from the website easily. The goal is to find the right balance to make the message stronger and engaging, but not so many that can becomes overwhelmed. Being creative with how you combine these different modes and what is communicating powerful. And this is what multimodality really means: choosing the right modes at the right time for the right purpose. So we have 5 modes: the linguist mode, visual mode, gesture mode, oral mode, and spiritual mode. First, the linguist mode. The linguist mode focuses on language, word choices, and sentence structure, grammar, and tone. Choosing the right word can complete the shifting meaning. For instance, describing someone as confident sounds positive, while the bossy feels negative. Organized also matters too. Clear introduction with idea should flow clearly, and well-structured paragraph all makes communication easy to understand. Although the linguist mode is important one, it always interacts with other modes. Second, the visual mode. The visual mode involving everything the audience can see: images, colors, font style, size, spacing, and layout. Visuals help set the mood, highlight the key information, and guiding attention. For examples, news, Magazines like Vogue covers use bold colors, high quality images, and structure and layouts to catch the viewer's eyes, like these. Third, aura mode. Aura mode including sounds, tone of voice, volume, pitch, and background music, and sounds effects. A podcast uses music to create atmosphere, while the speaker pauses can sharp how the audience interprets the meaning. Even the silence can be powerful too. 4. Gesture mode covers movements, facial expressions, hand expressions, body language, eyes contact. A smile communicates warmth. Raising eyebrows sings surprise. Waving a hello or a thumbs up sends the message clearly. Even the way we stand or sit, a open body language says that you are interesting. Close up post body language sounds that you are bored. Gesture makes the communication more excessive and helps clarify emotion. 5. Spiritual mode. This mode focuses on arrangement, how we text, images, and objects are organized. Good spacing guides the viewer attention and make the information easier to understand or to process. The things that belongs together should be close. For example, well-designed websites place a menu at top, using spacing and highlight the important information through the size or color. Therefore, what's really stand out that each mode has its own purpose, but none of them works alone. The linguist mode give us words and structure, but without visuals or layouts or sounds, the message would feel flat or incomplete. The visual modes brings attention and emotion by its own. It can fully explain the idea. Gesture communication adds the human expression, while the spiritual mode organizes the information so that the audience know where to look first. And of course, the oral mode adds rhythm, tone, even in a way that text alone cannot. So overall, the difference modes show us the communication is not simple. It's actually carefully built experience, and once we understand it, what each mode can do, we can use them more effectively. This is understanding and help us for the next part of this next part, which is where we look at these modes comes together to create a powerful multimodality message, and how this multimodality become a rhetorical tool. The power of multimodality. Every message uses more than one mode, whatever we notice or not. A simple text message combines language and formatting. A video blends sounds, visuals, and gesture. In real life, we depend on the tone, expression, and movement to understand one another. Even a simple text, just words, it includes colors and layouts. Include in Even in real life, we use our own voice and gesture and expression to share meaning. Digital tools like Zoom or video calls also brings these modes together to make communication more natural and human. Multimodality engagement makes meaning clearer and help the audience remember the information better. When modes work together, communication become richer and more effective. Now we saw the power of multimodality. Now we see how this multimodality as a rhetorical tool. When we use multimodality becomes a rhetorical strategy. Each mode combines something different. Language gives information, visual attracts attention, sounds influence emotion, gesture express feelings, a layout or organization, organized, organized meaning. When these modes are balanced and thoughtfully combined, the message becomes stronger and more engaging to the viewers or the audience. Digital tools make it easy than ever to blend the text or sounds and visuals in creative ways. And to conclude, multimodality is not limited to the digital space, it's a part of our daily lives communication. Understanding how the different modes works together to help us create a clean and more engaging message as you move through the digital world, website, magazines, social media, videos, or even in a person interaction. Try to notice how meanings how the meaning is to interact through language and visuals and sounds and gesture and layouts and all of that. And thank you so much for watching. Have a nice day. Goodbye.